To help us with that task, we have Gigi, General Get Her Done.
Listen up, Quilters. UFOs have infiltrated our homes and sewing rooms, creating clutter and low morale. We need to liberate ourselves from this menace. Therefore, we will be having a brief briefing on the OVQG UFO reduction campaign. Start with search and seizure. Arm yourself with a step stool, dustbuster, and flashlight if necessary. Search everywhere to flush out the enemy. High shelves, dark closets, boxes, and bags. Open every one of them. Do not guess what is inside. Don't let dust bunnies and spiders keep you from completing your mission. The next step is to divide and conquer. After you've captured all those projects that were hiding in your home, divide them into two main groups. Keep and finish, exterminate with extreme prejudice. Permission granted to be ruthless. If you don't like the project, you don't have to finish it. And you don't have to discuss that decision with anyone. Those decisions are protected by the Sewing Room Secrecy Act. We won't know until you show and tell. Remember, you don't have to tell. Under exterminate with extreme prejudice, there are these options. Toss. Return the fabric to your stash. Or swap. Put a note in our suggestion box. And if enough of you want to trade an old project, we'll arrange to have a time for a prisoner exchange. Next, subdivide your keep collection and develop a battle plan. Interrogate your prisoners to see what needs to be done and sort them. Needs binding, needs quilting, needs more sewing, needs materials. Complete kit. You decide if you count it as a UFO. If you have a problem that's holding you back from finishing a quilt, then phone a friend. Or ask for a demo by putting a note in our suggestion box. Now, record your findings in your secret diary. This is not a Quilters Anonymous meeting. We don't need confessions about how old or how many UFOs or pigs you find. You also have the Freedom Act to use your own discretion to change the original goal of the project. That big queen sampler can become two smaller quilts or placemats in an apron. That old class project can be reduced to a page in your lessons notebook as a sample of what you learned. There's no need to finish the whole thing. The Sewing Room Secrecy Act means you don't have to justify these changes to anyone. They're covered under Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Once the enemy has been carefully identified and documented, the final step for developing an effective battle strategy is to decide where you will keep the project and when you will work on it. Stow your projects so they're easy to locate and complete. Do not allow them to go back into hiding. Place them in a Ziploc bag and then in a clearly labeled box. Then you can reach your goals by setting a regular time to sew. Those daily 15 minutes. How about hand sewing with Alex Trebek? Top Love Tuesdays, Finish It Fridays, or Sewing Room Saturdays. Once something sampling is complete, celebrate by bringing those mission accomplished projects to show and maybe not tell, and put a 3-inch square into our victory envelope. The squares will signify a battle won. A monthly tally of the victories will be posted so we can see how we're doing. The squares will be collected and sewn into a kid's comfort. It'll take 320 to finish one top. And I personally will complete that quilt. Finally, I urge you to ask not what the Guild can do for you, but what you can do for the Guild. The menace of UFOs has spread beyond our quilting rooms, and they have infiltrated Kids Comforts Division. Our caring Kids Comforts captains, Dvorak and Barry, have called for reinforcements. Currently, there are 220 unquilted tops for Kids Comforts. We need you to step up and finish these languishing projects. Many hands make for light work, so take up your needles and liberate us from this crushing burden, and together we can get her done and celebrate with a big mission accomplished. Here are your written orders. It is a copy of our campaign and the Kids Comforts wish list. Don't go home without it.